Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to POWERBOOST meditation. Today, the thought was to explore and experience how to drop the story. We all have a story of this life, the story which is playing right now. And I am a character, I'm an actor that is playing this character in this story. And so there is this story happening outside with various events and characters and situations. And then there is a replica of that story or a recording of that story that I create with it. And so as events happen, I tend to record them within, and then I hold on to that story. The more I hold on to that story, it's like I'm creating heaviness or burden in my mind. And then as I move through my day, it is as if then the baggage or the burden of the story is carried along with me. Sometimes it's like if I carry a lot of weight, a lot of luggage, if I'm traveling, it's not very easy. And so traveling light means I don't carry this weight of the story. That's what we say, to drop the story. Drop the story means in my mind, I just realize that this story is just happening externally. I don't need to give importance to it in my mind. But for a few minutes, I then practice just dropping the story. So when I drop the story of this character, the story of this name, then automatically it's like all the insecurities around it, they stop controlling my mind. Because otherwise all the insecurities around the story control my mind and make it heavy. So in an instant, I drop the story and I connect to the eternity. I connect to the inner being, and I connect to the eternal story of the soul. The moment I do that, it's like my mind is flooded with feelings of unconditional love, happiness, peace automatically. And then when I come back into the story, then the role that I'm playing also carries that vibration, that eternal vibration of the soul, of the inner being. And then that allows me not to carry the burden of the story. So when my mind is flooded with the experience of the soul, then it's like I'm in the moment naturally. I don't have to replay the recording in my mind over and over again. It's like this power, this inner power is in dropping, letting go. And the faster I'm able to drop it, the more power I feel I have internally. Like external power, I feel externally powerful when I'm able to hold on. But inner power, I'm able to feel when I'm able to let go or drop. So the speed with which I am able to drop the entire story and connect back to the eternal being, that determines the inner power that I have. And so as we boost our inner power, it's like I'm able to drop the story, drop the hat, drop the character. That allows the mind to fly. There was one bird sitting on the branch of a tree, and then that tree was on the bank of a river. And suddenly there was a flood, and the level of the water kept rising. And then the bird thought, the water may come to where I am, and then I may just drown in the water. Then suddenly there was the lion passing by, so the king of the jungle. So the bird said, "Oh, king of the jungle, can you help me? Can you tell me what should I do?" And the lion said, very simply, "You can fly." The bird tried to flap her wings to fly, but she couldn't, because she was holding on. She was gripping the branch very firmly. And so the moment she was able to let go, in that moment she was able to then fly. So in the same way, it's like that branch of the story that I am holding on to. For a few minutes, let us let go, let us drop the story and discover our wings to fly. So let us
ready to start eating healthier?
So let us take a few moments. You sit back and relax. And realize that the story that is within my mind, the story that I have created in my mind of the character that I am playing, the story changes from day to day. Some recordings are very deeply imprinted on the mind. I come to this realization that this story I have created as a recording, and I can edit it, I can trim it, I can drop it any moment. And so just like a bird lets go of the branch that it's holding on to, I let go, I drop the story for a few minutes. I tell myself that the story that is being played is not important. The story is temporary and unpredictable. And I experience that I am connecting back to my true eternal self. Just like there is a story of the character, there is this eternal story of the being within. I realize the eternal story of I, the soul. And this story is beautiful. I realize that I am a tiny, beautiful point of light. I realize that I am eternal. I existed before this character, and I will exist after this character. I connect to my home of light, which is in a dimension above and beyond the limited story of the drama of life. I realized that there was a time when I used to live here in my home of light. I used to live here in silence. There was just light all around me. And I was safe, secure, in the company of other eternal beings. Ours was a life of celebration. We used to live together in harmony as a family of eternal beings. We used to live together with the divine. This is where we live eternally. Without any role, without any insecurity. And I come to realize that there was a time when I went down into the play. I descended on the planet, and I expressed the inner happiness, the inner joy, as all of us together created a beautiful family on earth. That was the age of happiness, the age of truth, where we experienced the purity of life. And I realized that as I continued to take upon different characters one by one, in the process somewhere I forgot my eternal identity. I got trapped into the limited, into the role. And now I've reawakened. I've reawakened to the light of truth. I've reawakened to my eternal story, to my eternal reality. I now realize that I, the soul, am on this journey through time, this journey of remembrance and forgetting. And now is the time in this eternal journey when I have truly returned to myself. I have returned to the core of my being. I have returned to experiencing the presence of the divine. I experience being wrapped up in the love of the divine. The one who reminds me of my eternal story. The one who makes me light, because he is the one who is always light. I experience this divine presence. My mind just rests on the divine. I feel comfortable, safe, secure in this divine presence. And as I come back into the story, into this present moment, I just zoom into this character again with this realization that I am this eternal being on the journey through time, being held in love of the divine. Om Shanti. Shanti. Thank you for your time and presence.